The movie Backcountry is the perfect example of a slow burn film done properly. What's up everyone, my name is Ashley and today we are doing a small little movie review. I just want to let you know that I will be rating these films differently than I did on my main channel. I rated it out of cats on my main channel, but this movie I'm going to average it out based on individual ratings between acting, camera work, premise, and scares, and I will be comparing it to the IMDb score. So that's how I will be rating these movies at the end of the video. So let's talk about bear attacks. I went into this film knowing not a single thing about it. I like to do that. I like to watch a movie and not really know what's going on. The only thing that I did know about this movie was the director, Adam McDonald, also directed a movie I have on my list called Pyewacket. It looks really good, so I'm excited to watch that. If you want a review on that, let me know. So Backcountry, I feel like I'm saying Bat Country, like Avenged Sevenfold. Anyways, Backcountry is actually based loosely. I like how they emphasize loosely based on a true story of a man and woman actually being eaten by a man-eating bear on a hiking trip. But wait, because from the very beginning, I 100% was convinced this was going to be a slasher film, and I was ready to be disappointed. So one thing that I do want to point out before I get into this review is that I really think the actors in this film do such an amazing job at portraying fear, sadness, and despair, even loss. Some of the scenes in this film seemed like they were shot on a GoPro, which really helped the realism of this movie. This whole movie was shot to feel very immersive, like you were right in there with the characters, like you were in the shit. There was some shit. I saw some shit. So, we have this couple. The curveballs that this movie brings us are incredible. First, you have our lady friend Jen, who is played by Missy Peregrine, who really does not want to be on this camping trip at all. Can you blame her? I'm not a fan of camping. And not for the whole, like, being outside, you know, whatever. I just like my bed. That's all. If I could bring my bed and put it in a tent, I would do it. That's fine. Anyways, the issue here is our other friend here, Alex, who is played by an unknown actor, was named Jeff Roop. Well, his issue in all this is he thinks he's Christopher Columbus or something and decides not to bring a map with him to chart their way, to keep track of where they're going, to even know where they are.
You don't want a map?
No, I know this park well.
Which will lead me to a twist. So first off, everything is fine and dandy until we run into a hiker, played by Eric Balfour, with a terrible, very awkward Irish accent.
Oh yeah, I was coming up the trail and ran into your friend here and she invited me up for a chat.
And he's here to throw you for a loop. He makes it seem like he's here to fuck up the party. Kind of like a creepy neighbor next door. That's the kind of vibe he gives off. Like, a guy that likes your wife that you just like, dude, sit down.
Hey Alex. You know, earlier, you said something. It was a misunderstanding. You want to explain that to me?
But it turns out that he was completely harmless. He didn't chop any bodies up that we know of. I will get back to him. Next curveball is when Christopher Columbus over here, brought them to a wrong path, a wrong opening, and they ended up not where they should be. And you kind of think it's more of a paranormal, like, spiritual movie, like The Forest has something to do with it, and I thought that was really cool. I don't know, that was, for me, I was like, yes, this is going to be a paranormal movie, because like I said, I knew nothing about this movie when I was going into it to begin with. But wait, a bear. First you see the bear sniffing around. It's kind of like brushed off as raccoons. You never want to do that.
No, it was a raccoon.
You know, bears are probably just as smart as dolphins, and that's scary. So next time we see the bear, we lose our friend Alex, and I think that this shot was so well done. The bear looks so realistic, and the whole scene just invokes so much fear, so much primal fear. was so well shot. Just the characters, you can tell in their faces they were so distraught and scared, and I loved the way that it was played out. The whole movie was worth it for that shot alone. Since the story was kind of a slow burn up until then, the payoff was just perfect. From then on, it was more of a survival story. I really enjoyed the camera work, but I thought the story kind of dragged on. There was a point in time where Jen, the character Jen, kind of stops by a tree, sees an elk walk past her, and you can tell that she's so hungry and just, wants to kill it and eat it. But it goes on and she leaves it be, and she just kind of says, respect. And I laughed my ass off, but I thought that's where the movie could have actually ended. But when the movie does end, she does get out safely, and we are greeted with our friend Brad once again, who was actually ready to send a search party out for them. He ended up being a good guy, not the creepy neighbor next door, and probably didn't chop a body up. The whole ending scene was very satisfying, and it was a very big sigh of relief until you remember, oh cool, his body is in the woods in pieces, and that... So overall, I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was, like I said, a slow burn, so well done. The pacing was good until the end. The acting was amazing. Camera work was amazing. I did go ahead and watch a couple of interviews after I watched the movie, so some notable mentions. It was shot in Ontario, which is where I'm from, Ontario, Canada, which made it kind of more scary for me because I don't want no bears fucking around. I don't live anywhere where there could be bears, but like, I'm not fucking around with bears. Also, there is a scene, kind of like a trigger warning, a emetophobia warning. There's a scene where Jen finds water and drinks for the first time in a while, and you can see that she was so thirsty that it literally made her throw up. Missy Peregrine in real life kind of starved herself for that morning and just kind of like ate oatmeal, made her stomach really nasty, and actually threw up for that scene to make it more authentic. They didn't want to deal with like the fake puke wire like tubing system, so she actually threw up. And I mean, more power to you, girl. Also, just casually, there were bears on set while they were filming the movie, so rating. Overall, I think I'm gonna move that painting because I don't like that frame. Overall, for the rating, for acting, I'm going to give the acting a 9 out of 10. I thought it was so well done. Okay, hear me out. Camera work. I was very pleased with the camera work in this movie, and I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. Premise, because it was loosely based on a true story, and because they actually use the term loosely based, I'm going to give it an 8.5. And for scares, I'm only going to give it a 5.5 out of 10 because that bear sequence was quite terrifying, but from then on, there was nothing really scary about the movie. So my average score ends up being 8.1 out of 10 compared to IMDb's 6.5 out of 10. What did you guys think about this movie? Have you seen it? Do you plan on watching it? I just popped up on my Netflix and I thought I'd give it a watch. Like I said, I'd never seen or heard anything about this, but I do have Pyewacket on my list to watch, so I will probably end up making a video about it if I enjoy it. Maybe if I don't enjoy it. These lights are really extreme today, aren't they? So let me know if you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you enjoyed the movie. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out the links in the description for all of my social media, and I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to stay spooky. Sayonara, suckers.